What's going on, everybody? Red Velvet's back with the U Sports Chowdown. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It was busy, pretty busy. And check out this hat I got. Don't mind the awful haircut. I found this hat in my parents' house. This hat is older than all the children watching this show. It's 20 years old. I think I look pretty snazzy in it. Anyway, enough about that. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It's been busy. It's been fun. We had playoff action, some more Friday night playoff action. We have 8 Dinerverse teams left in the playoffs. And we got a couple matchups. Sullivan and Linton will face each other. Riverton Park and South Putt. So we're automatically going to lose two Dinerverse teams in that action. But I'm looking forward to it. I will be planning on attending the Riverton Park South Putnam game for Sectional 45 Championship. I call it the Dinerverse Sectional Champion or Sectional. If you look at it, I think there's 8 teams in it. 6 of the 8 are in the Dinerverse. So a little bit of that. We've had some baseball action. I'm going to talk real briefly about a sport. Well, we've already talked about the sport, but the next level. Real quick, I got to thank the people that make this possible. If you notice, it's changed a little bit. Boom and boom. I've got the gold sponsors in the corners. If you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, please reach out. I've got opportunities, and I have a cat now joining me on commentary. Also, so let me play the video. Like always, what's up, Batman? Thank you to Wabash Valley Plumbing. Thank you to RJ's Formal Wear. Thank you to Varsity House Outfitters. And thank you to Everhote Co. So, also, thank you to our subscribers. Where's my button? There it is. For 99 cents a month, you can subscribe to the Diner Pod. Just click 2 clicks right there on your phone, and then you'll take there. And what's up, Batman? This is my cat, Batman. He's joining me now. So, all right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to talk about the NBA. I know I don't talk about pro sports because I don't want to, but we have a local resident playing in the NBA, Craig Porter Jr. I'm sure some of you have heard of him, some of you have not. Craig Porter Jr. from Terre Haute South graduate, went on to Vincennes for JUCO action, and then on to Wichita State, and is now on the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's been his rookie year, I think in the summer of 2023, he tore up the summer league. So since he's in the Dinerverse, we're going to talk about him. But last Monday, the Cavs, they took on the Detroit Pistons. Cavs won 116-95. Craig Porter had 4 points, 3 assists, and 7 rebounds. Then the Cavs took on the Celtics, and the Celtics won 125-105. Craig had 7 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Then the Cavaliers on Halloween took on the Raptors. The Raptors won 112-101. Craig Porter, 5 points, an assist, and 4 rebounds. And then the Cavs took on the Hawks on Saturday. The Cavs win 117-109. Craig Porter, 4 points, 3 assists, and 7 rebounds. So I am going to do this. I want to start expanding a little bit on the Dinerverse. I'm going to make a post here later, asking for Dinerverse superstars at the next level, whether they're in college, whether they're in the pros. I'd like to learn more about these athletes out of the 20. Well, by the time this drops, the 25 Dinerverse schools. I want to know where your athletes are going. So there's that. All right, let's get to Friday Night Lights, baby. Friday Night Lights. Here we go. Terre Haute North took on Bloomington North. Cougars win 49-0. Terre Haute South took on Bloomington South, and it was a barn burner of a game. The Panthers do win 41-34. Maddox Woodcock, 351 yards in the air, 2 passing touchdowns, and he added another one on the ground. And then Avon took on Ben Davis, and it was a stunner. Orioles win 23-21. Jace Cameron had 13 pass completions for 160 yards. Andre Warfield, 28 carries, 147 yards. McCaven Tislow, 7 catches, 97 yards. On defense, Mekhi Hines, 10 tackles and a TFL. Grayson Clutter, 6 tackles, 2 TFLs, and 2 sacks. Sean Curry with a pick. And we had a young man, Tim Pasoriak. If I butcher your name, I apologize. There he is right there. tied a state record. State record for field goals in a game. He scored 5 field goals in one game. So congratulations to that young man. Now moving. You stink. Go away. Ugh. Linton Stockton took on Greencastle. The Miners win 46-10. Paul Oliver, 2 pass completions for 15 yards and a touchdown in the air. He then carried the ball 8 times for 150 yards. Cooper Smith, 14 carries, 116 yards. He had 1 catch for 8. That cat tooted on me. Gross. Cloverdale took on Indianapolis Tinley, and Cloverdale wins big time, 61-6. Landon Duncan, 8 pass completions, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Keyshawn Taylor, hold on, I got to find the picture. Boom. Keyshawn Taylor, 16 carries, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. He breaks the school record for the single season rush yards. Congratulations to him. Trey Henderson had 2 catches for 39. Trey Shabel had quite a night on offense and defense. 5 catches, 39 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then TJ Hamilton on defense. There's that young man right there. Sets the single game sack record for the Clovers. He had 5 sacks, 7 tackles, 5 TFLs, 5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. He was darn close to getting a cycle. Titus Killian had a pick and a 6. Marcus Boyd, a pick, and Trey Shabel, a pick and a 6. And then Isaiah Blackwell, a kick return for a touchdown. And we move on to sectional 45, Fountain Central, excuse me, I butchered that one. Fountain Central took on South Putt. The Eagles win 45-7. Drew Klein, 5 pass completions, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then he carried the ball twice for 16 yards. Ty Benton, 12 carries, 176 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Briar Cook, 9 carries, 129 yards, and 2 tutties. Branson Enzer had a catch for 32 yards and a tutty. Blake Witt, added 1 receiving touchdown as well. And then on defense, Brock Lesnar reincarnated. Keenan Maury Shields, 23 tackles, 1.5 TFLs. Khalil Jefferson, 5 tackles, a TFL, and a sack. Damon Cox, 6 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a sack as well. For Fountain Central, Eli Fox were the 11 completions, 82 yards, 10 carries for 25. Noah Dotson had 7 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. He also had 1 catch for 6 yards. Nolan Acton, 4 catches for 37 yards. Noah Dotson, 9 tackles and a TFL. Cascade took on Tri-West Hendricks. I talked to Coach Simmons, and he was anxious for this game. You know, they were the ones last year that ended their undefeated streak, and that didn't happen this time. Cascade wins 45-14. And look at these stat lines. Brady Trebley, 2 completions for 30 yards and a touchdown, 2 carries for 18. Dayton Mink, 25 carries, 158 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Lucas Farmer, 13 carries, 156 yards, and a touchdown. He also had a catch for 19 yards and another tutty. Toby Savini, 14 carries for 10 yards and a touchdown, 1 reception for 11 yards. That wing raid, as Coach Simmons calls it, looks like it did pretty well for him. Then on defense, Lucas Farmer, 7 tackles and a pick. Dayton Mink, a tackle, a TFL, and a sack. Delton Howery, 6 tackles, a TFL, and a pick. Bentley McClellan, 2 tackles and an interception for the big dog, the bust as they call him. Michael Langley had 4 tackles and a pick. And then we get to sectional 45. Yet, ouch! Cat falls and scratches me all over. North Central hit the road. They went to Riverton Park, and the Panthers win 41-6. Jaden Cole, 1 pass completion, 25 yards, 1 carry for 13. Bryson Marlowe had a catch for 25. On defense for the T-Birds, Sawyer Cox and Ben Miller, 14 tackles. Landon Evergrad, 10. Lane Simmons, 5 tackles, a TFL, and a sack. Then on special teams, Sawyer Cox had a kick return tutty. On offense for the Panthers, Colette Sanders, 5 completions, 30 yards, 2 carries, and a rushing touchdown. Brody McConnell had 18 carries, 117 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also had 1 catch for 5 yards. Sean Vester, 2 receptions, 12 yards, 14 carries for 97 yards, and a tutty. Derek Collum and Chase Bennett each added a rushing touchdown. On defense, Jackson Wild led the way with 8 tackles. Lane Griffin, 7 tackles and a TFL. Victor Shootman had 2 tackles and a pick. Now we're going down south to sectional 48. North Davies took on Tecumseh. The Cougars win 36-6. Keaton Graber, 18 pass completions, 152 yards and a tutty. He had 26 carries, 88 yards, and 3 additional touchdowns. That's 4 touchdowns, and this cat is really hurting me. Cole Bell, 12 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Campbell Whitner, 40 receptions, 57 yards. He had 2 carries for 7. On defense, they came to play, as you can see, tell by that score. Jordan Knepp, 6 tackles and 2 TFLs. Anderson Amon, 5 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack. John Nedeffer, 2 tackles, a TFL, and a pick. Campbell Whitmer, 3 tackles, a TFL, and a pick. Hayden Sample, 3 tackles, half of a TFL, and an interception. And Bentley McNabb, a tackle and a pick. Then Sullivan takes on North Posey, and I forgot the graphic. Gosh darn it. Clark French breaks the single season rushing yards and rushing touchdowns record. Congratulations to Clark French. I believe he had 250 yards and 4 tutties. I could be wrong. It wasn't on Max Preps. I was trying to find it on Twitter the other day. But Clark French has a record. Congratulations to that young man. On defense, William Hallfield, 13 tackles, 5 TFLs. Peyton Carlson, 10 tackles and 2 TFLs. Zane Catlin, 2 tackles, a TFL, and 2 picks. Landon Simmons, 5 tackles, 2 TFLs, a pick, and a 6. So Arrows win 53-7. That concludes the Friday Night Lights portion. On Pee-wee, we're going to the CYFL, baby. CYFL action. Pee-wee Knights take on Martinsville on Saturday. The Knights win 31-0. Player of the game was Sebastian Dighton. Then the Knights take on Avon. The Orioles win 26-6. Wade Wood was player of the game. Then the Junior Knights face Southport. The Cardinals win 19-6. Player of the game was Kyler Keith. Then the 6th grade team, they took on Southport. The Knights win 13-6. Cale Sessinger, 7 carries and 40 yards. Max Rake, 7 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Trenton Monteith, 5 carries and 29 yards. Eli Marlowe, 4 carries, 29 yards, and an extra point. Javon Robinson had 6 carries for 31 yards. Cree Staley, 4 carries, 6 yards, and a touchdown. A lot of very balanced running there. Good job. Shout out to Coach Staley on that. On defense, the boogeyman, Cruz Shepard, led the way, 3 tackles and a fumble recovery. Javon Robinson, Max Rates, Cree Staley, Max Brown, Jacob Greenwell, and Jonah Harrington, 2 tackles. Damon Ferry, 2 tackles and a fumble recovery. Cale Sessinger, Jonah Harrington, and Eli Marlowe all had a tackle. Jonah Harrington must have 3 because my math's not mathing there, pal. The Knights then take on Mount Vernon, Fortville on Sunday. The Marauders do win 24-12. Javon Robinson had 9 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Cree Daly, 12 carries for 51 yards. Trenton Monteith, 6 carries, 34 yards, and a tutty. Max Rates, 9 carries for 17 yards. Eli Marlowe had 4 carries for 9. Cale Sessinger had 2 carries for 3. Then on defense, the boogeyman, 3 tackles. Javon Robinson with 2. Damon Ferry with 1. And Jacob Greenwell added 1 as well. And Cree Staley with a fumble recovery. That concludes the 2025 CYFL season. Thank you to the CYFL staff, the board members, everybody for letting me cover this league. It's been a blessing. It's been fun. And I'm looking forward to doing it again next year. So thank you to everybody. Moving on to some youth league volleyball at the Wabash Valley Family Sports Center. I probably butchered that, but welcome to it. The Golden Goats took on the pink team. The Goats win 2-0. 25-18 and 25-12 were the sets. Milena DeWeese had 5 kills, 4 aces, and 2 digs. Blakely Hickman had a kill, 2 aces, and a dig. Braylon McGee, 4 aces and an assist. Chloe Lark, 4 aces, a kill, and a dig. Lila Brown, 3 kills and 3 aces. Vivian Moore had a dig, an ace, and 2 kills. Charlie Jones had 3 kills. Carson Terrell, 5 aces, 2 kills. Now we got YMCA basketball. We got the 10U girls. The Weichel family versus Schottmeyer Ag. The Weichel family wins 26-21. Rosabella Beasley, 2 points and a steal. Michaela Berry, 2 rebounds. Bailey Barrick, a rebound and a steal. Alana Lynch, 2 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and an assist. Hadley Rowe, 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. Hadley Wells, 4 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, a block, and an assist. And that's a cycle, baby. Avery Weichel, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 6 steals, and an assist. Mackenzie Wright, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Then the 8U boys team, JC Otto, took on the Crafty Chicks. JC Otto wins 28-18. Matthias Begrin had a rebound. Carter Cox, 2 points, 7 rebounds. Wesley Cuffle, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. Easton Horsley, 8 points and 4 rebounds. And Chase Plew, 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals. Then on the Harvest Slugfest, the 8U Knights. The Silver Knights took on the Mattoon Hitmen. The Knights win 23-15. Kriegmore had 4 hits, 3 RBIs, and a triple. Wesley Cuffle, 4 hits and 2 RBIs. Nolan LeMay, 4 hits, an RBI, and a triple. Eli Snarter, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a triple. Brodden Silvers, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Owen Schaefer, 3 hits and 2 ribbies. Branson Sanders and Benny Foxworthy each added a triple. Then the Silver Knights take on the Diamond Dogs, and the Knights win 14-7. Nolan LeMay and Grayson Moss, 3 hits and an RBI. Owen Schaefer, 3 hits and a double. Wesley Cuffle, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Branson Sanders, Kriegmore, and Eli Snyder all added a double. And boom, Bob Drunkel, they are your Slugfest champions. And while we're talking about champions, I forgot to mention during the football segment, but here it is. West Vigo, the 3rd and 4th grade team, traveled down to Newburgh. They went to Storm the Castle. And they walk away with the championship. Storm the Castle is a great tournament down there. The Castle Knights is the high school team. It's a tough tournament. We used to go down there a lot when I was coaching, and you get the best teams out of Kentucky and the Evansville area. And for the West Vigo Vikings to come out on top, it's very special. Congratulations to those young men. Now we move on to the 11U baseball, the Mad Dog Black 11U. They were at the Harvest Slugfest as well. They start off against the Outlaws, and the Mad Dogs win 23-7. Bryson Moore, 2 hits and 4 RBIs. Ryder Miller and Casey Keith, 2 hits and a ribby. Noah Karanovich and Easton Overton, 4 strikeouts. Then the Mad Dogs took on the Effingham Heaters. Mad Dogs win 12-6. Cade Miller with 2 hits and an RBI. Easton Overton, a hit and 2 ribbies. Bryson Moore had a hit, an RBI, and a double. Cason Strong had a hit and a ribby, and Case Sebastian, 6 strikeouts on the mound. Mad Dog Black then took on the Paris Lakers. The Lakers edge out the Mad Dogs 5-4. Blake Dyer had 2 hits, an RBI, and a triple. Cason Strong had a hit and a ribby, and Cason added 3 strikeouts on the mound. So, and then I do want to talk. It wasn't on a stat line. It wasn't. There's no stats kept. Did I just say that? My mom's gonna hurt me. The 8U All-Star team from the CCSL. We had a scrimmage yesterday. 8U players versus the parents. And even though the parents came out losing, that was the matchup right there. Coach Jordan Forker against Red Velvet. Clash of the Titans right there. And for those wondering, yeah, I did hit the ball. I hit a bomb. And if you don't believe me, here's the footage, pal. Where's it at? There's the footage. Enjoy. Look at that shot. And you know what? They didn't get on camera. It was my land speed record. I got to first so fast, there was a dust cloud. So I hit dang near home run, and then got to first base. Now, we're not going to talk about the fact that, my wife did catch my foul ball the next time I was at bat and got me out. But anyway, it was a fun time. The kids had a blast. There was 2 home runs for the kids team. Vivian Moore got an in the park home run, and Weston Forker got an in the park home run. I mean, that kid hit a bomb and got the home run. So there's that. All right, now enough about that. It was a fun time. Parents lost. They're a good team. Anyway, it's that time for my favorite part of the show, the Red Velvet Power Performers. This week's Power Performers are Keyshawn Taylor from Cloverdale, Clark French from Sullivan. Keaton Graber from North Davies. Trey Shable from Cloverdale. TJ Hamilton from Cloverdale. Keenan Mowry Shields from South Putnam. I totally butchered that one. Milena DeWeese from the Golden Goats. Blake Dyer from the Mad Dog 11U. Sebastian Dighton for the Pee Wee Knights. Wade Wood for the Pee Wee Knights. Kyler Keith for the Junior Knights. Earl Donald for the 5th grade Knights. Max Rates for the 6th grade Knights. Javon Robinson for the 6th grade Knights. Wesley Cuffle for the 8U Knights. And I forgot to add them because I'm not very intelligent. We had 2 more power performers. They will be on the graphic tomorrow. Avery Weichel for the 10U girls. And I butchered it. Chase Plew for the YMCA 8U team. Apologies. Yeah, you know. Anyway, now, since it's still football season, we still got those Trench Warriors. We got to honor the big hog mollies up front. These guys aren't breaking records without the guys up front. And this week's youth Trench Warriors are Cruz Shepard, Jacob Greenwell, Damon Ferry, Easton Herbert, Brody Vinsel, Benny Foxworthy, Max Sheridan. So congratulations to the final CYFL Trench Warriors of 2025. Now it is time for the offensive Trench Warriors for Prep Sports. The Riverton Park O-line. Clayton Colvin. Adam McKinley from Sullivan. Tanner Charbrough from Linton. Lucas Hall from South Putt. Delton Howery from Cascade. Nathan Rooksbury from Terre Haute North. Sean Schwartz from Terre Haute South. Jaden Cole from North Central. Will Johnson III from Avon. The Cloverdale O-line. Congratulations, offensive line. Now it's time for the defensive line. Trench Warriors. Dawson Cheshire from Terre Haute North. Sean Schwartz from Terre Haute South. Anderson Amon from North Davies. Noah Pope from Riverton Park. TJ Hamilton from Cloverdale. Landon Simmons from Sullivan. Aiden Sparks from Linton. Khalil Jefferson from South Putt. Dominic Appleby from Cascade. Jalen Farrell from Avon. Grayson Clutter from Avon. So congratulations, power performers and the Trench Warriors. Thank you for tuning in. That does it for the Youth Sports Chowdown, episode 105. I don't know why I do that. Weird stuff in my hands. But thank you again. Thank you, coaches. Thank you, parents. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you, subs. Thank you, players. This isn't even possible without the players. So thank you all. Take care. We're going to end it with the highlight reel and keep pushing.